Hey guys, James coming at you from Kartz-N-Fartz. So I just finished up an Eco battery, 51 volt, 105 install. This customer's going to be super pleased. This particular cart is a 2011, so it does have an OBC. I did do an OBC bypass, no reason, you don't need it. And after wire management, you can see how clean underneath the seat is. So I just installed, like I said, just finished it up. It was at about 52%. I just plugged it up. You can see it's pulling about 14 amps on the charger. They did have a lead acid battery meter. Nothing really I could do about that. There's not really a lot of room behind here, so that's where it needs to go. Customer says they don't care. They can just overlook that. So I left that there to keep from putting a hole in there. So what I want to go over with you is, what am I going to tell this customer to expect? Well, number one, they need to get a extension cord that'll handle 15 amps, and that's pretty much it. You just plug it up. I do suggest, and so does Eco, charge this battery just like you did the old lead acids. Every night when you get finished using it, plug it in. This charger, I prefer to mount mine up here against the wall, and you can see it's got a light, and that light tells you that it is charging. When it turns green, it will be considered full. That is a smart charger. It will cut on and off by itself, so there's no reason to worry about overcharging or undercharging. There's a myth out there about lithium, and the myth is, if the battery's only 50%, like it is right now, it's at 56%, that if you charge it, that constitutes as a charging cycle. That is not true. That is a half charging cycle if it's at 50%. So these batteries do have an 8-year warranty. Talking to the guys at Eco, they're not going to be surprised if they get 10 plus years out of them. So so far as maintenance on them, do not power wash this battery. This is a sealed case. It does have computers underneath here to protect from overheating and potential mishaps. It also, by keeping this charged every night, it also keeps the lithium cells equalized. So very important for you not having any error codes or any problems. Just plug it up every night and don't worry about it. The latest software for these batteries, because it does have a computer underneath that case, the latest software is, if it is greater than 20% charge after 7 days, it's going to cut off. Now, excuse the junkie garage. This is my personal cart. I've got the exact same battery. That much of a believer. It's been at least a week and a half since I've used mine. The battery gauge is completely off. So if it is off, then you see I've got it mounted up the same way. Let's see if I can turn this around. So there is an on-off switch on the battery. It is on, but the computer has cut the battery off. So what you'll do is you'll cut it off and then cut it back on. See the green light? Now let's see what happens to our gauge up front here. There it goes. It's coming alive. 93%. So when I parked this thing, I had it fully charged or really close. Hopefully the glare is not getting in there. But it does that to save the life of the battery. So over 20%, it's going to cut off after 7 days. If it's below 20%, I think it's like 3 days. So anyway, that's what's going to happen if you come out here and your gauge is off. Other than that, and this is just a me thing, I like to cut it on tow when I charge my batteries up. I don't want to take any chance on someone coming up here, a child. I have small kids in my house, hitting the gas, taking off when you've got extension cords, and just kind of making a mess. So anyway, I like to cut them off, but that battery gauge, that meter right there, goes underneath the floor mat and it plugs up right here to the side of the battery. So anytime the battery is on, and that's another thing I need to mention, this battery needs to be on in order for the charger to work. If it's off, it's not going to work. So charger's not gonna kick on. So keep it on all the time. Safety wise, cut your run tow switch down to tow if you've got one. That's just eliminates any mishaps that could happen. When you get ready in the morning to drive it, flip it on, take off. When I come back in the morning, this is going to be off. The charger light is going to be illuminated green, which means it's fully charged, and the cart's ready to go. So just kind of a little overview of what I'm going to tell my customer to expect. The calls that I get back are, hey, I haven't driven it in a while and I came out there and the battery's not on. I know that. So just cycle it off, cycle it on, and you're ready to go. That is for the battery's protection and to keep it charged up. Like I said, I hadn't used, you see I've got stuff still stacked on there from Christmas. It's early January when I'm filming this, but now that I've cut it on, even though I'm in tow, it's just going to maintain right there. I'm at 53 volts. So awesome product. Super excited to show this to this customer. This particular customer uses this cart 6 days a week for a small business in our neighborhood. And this is going to be so much better. Zero maintenance, no maintenance. Take your distilled water, donate it to somebody who's got a CPAP machine, because you will not need it with this setup. Also, there's going to be no more battery corrosion. So, and this one did have some. I've washed all this stuff out. You can see a little bit of water down there, but there was some dust from the old battery corrosion when I took this thing apart. But it's 100% ready to go now. So anyway, reach out to me, email me, give me a text, give me a phone call. I'll post my phone number here on the video. But I'd love to be your eco battery dealer. Also do a lot of Plum Quick motors. I like that combination. It's not a lot of money. You get a lot of performance out of it. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. And hopefully I'll be able to help you in the future. Have a great evening.